What's up, guys? Maki back again here. Another week at the village. Here we go. I've got some stuff done. It's been a fun week, but we're moving now. We are going. We got some paint ordered. We got our lovely chairs in finally. These were very, very hard to find. My sister Tina found them for me instead of having to make them. And we got some equipment. We're getting there. We got a couple fridges, steam table, charbroiler. Yeah, it feels like it's coming together a little bit. We're getting ready to paint here in I think 2 weeks now. Ordering ceiling tiles, all kinds of stuff. So, yeah, we're getting there. You know, I've been kind of depressed or upset with myself this past week because I just turned in the building permits, you know, which just feels weird to say that because I've had the place since June, and I should have had them done. You know, I guess I just got upset with myself because I was like, you know what, you should. And when I did them, I was doing them the wrong way. My background is restaurants, but it's like, you know, I've never done everything on my own, and this one was different because last time I did it I was taking over a restaurant with all the equipment in it, you know. And there's different counties, so they require different things, and they have different people, you know, in charge of them. So it's tough to know exactly what to do. And I started working on stuff and getting the theater going, and kind of pushed it back. But I had a great friend Roy who helped me with some floor plans and got those turned in, and I kind of had a little bit of relief yesterday. I turned in the health department ones and the building department ones, which should have been done a long time ago. But it's confusing for me because we're not doing much. We're doing nothing that's structural. We're changing lights, which we're allowed to do, you know. So we do need a permit for the sign that I'm going to be putting in later today. Once again, should be done already, but I'm going to be doing that today or tomorrow. So yeah, it gives you the imposter syndrome. You know, the imposter syndrome is where you're doing something, you feel like you shouldn't be doing it. You're not up to date, you know. But then you have to sit back and look and go, okay, well, what's my experience? My experience is running restaurants and helping open, but never fully opening, and also never fully opening one in this county. You know, so you deal with different requirements and different problems. Like with a sign, we can't just put a sign up. You know, with a permit, we got to apply for the permit, and we got to talk to the historical department because this is an old building. It's an historic building. We have to make sure that they're okay with what we're doing, which shouldn't be a problem. It's nothing that's deteriorating the building or offensive. It's just a sign for the restaurant, so it should be good. But we got to go through that process, and it's I kind of not had a breakthrough, but just told myself it's like it doesn't matter. This place is getting open, so if they tell you to do this, you do that. If they tell you to do this, you do that. You just got to do it, you know. And if you're young and new to this out there, and you're trying to start something, you're gonna feel this way. It's just how it is, you know. Because my job before wasn't to open restaurants. My job was to operate restaurants. My job was to deal with customers and employees and cooks and produce and salespeople, all the stuff that comes with operating a restaurant, you know, that you do day in and day out. So you get really, really good at that stuff. And then you go, oh, I can do a restaurant. I can cook, you know. But you don't open restaurants every year, you know. And with my father, I helped him open too, but there was a lot of people involved. There's a lot of other people that I didn't know. He was the main guy doing all those. So there was stuff that I didn't know, or stuff that he didn't explain to me, or just I was running other restaurants while he was doing that stuff. So it's an interesting feeling, you know. And when I purchased my previous restaurant in Rochelle, it was all done. I just had to get flooring and stuff, and the contractor came and said, no, you don't need a permit except for the sign. So I said, okay, cool. No building permit needed. You're just doing floors and paint. You know, so it was easy, no problem. So this one, they've been great. They haven't been hard, but I've just been turning in stuff, and they want more. And I thought it was going to be similar to my previous experience, and it wasn't. So I feel like an amateur. You know, I feel like very, like I said, the imposter syndrome. You feel like you're inadequate, and you shouldn't be doing this because you're not doing it right way. But you know, I don't open restaurants professionally. I don't. You know. I ran a profession. I know how to deal with all the other problems I said earlier, you know. So that's where I'm trying to just build my self-esteem up and say, hey, you know, it's okay that you've got these pitfalls, you know. It'll be okay in the long run because eventually this is just a part of the process. You got to do it the right way. You got to get the right equipment in, follow all the code, permits, and all that. But once you're open, you're back to what you know how to do. Well, a little bit, but you're back to know what your role is, know what your job is, and you feel comfortable in that. So so if you've worked at a restaurant before, or were a manager or partner in a restaurant, you gotta realize that you're going to be doing a whole different job. It's a whole different job that you've probably never done before. And not only have you probably not done it, you probably don't know anybody who's done it. You probably know very few people who know what it takes to say, hey, how do I get from nothing to this? Well, it started, like I said, in December. This all started in December, where I was filing paperwork, building the corporation, purchasing the building, coming up with the name, putting that through the corporation, menu design, ideas, chairs, floor plan. All this stuff happened in the past 8 months. So it's a learning process. And if you're doing it on your own for the first time, it's scary, it's difficult, and it's something usually you've never done before. I was thinking the other day, I was maybe like a McDonald's corporate guy, or a few, I'm sure I have a previous boss. He had worked for Wendy's for a while. He had opened a bunch of restaurants. So for him, it's kind of, he's done it multiple times. So once you do it a few times, you get a little bit more comfortable each time. You see different problems each time. The other thing is I'm also trying to run and operate the movie theater at the same time. So it's a lot to handle, but I think I'm getting to the point now where it's kind of eased off a little bit, and things have become a little bit more balanced, I guess. It's slowly getting there. It's slowly getting there. But I mean, this place is gonna be great. I cannot wait till it's all said and done. I mean, we got these papered windows up, which is kind of scary for me too, because I've dealt with unions in the past. Not really dealt with them, but I know they've put up a rat before, and it's always been confusing to me. It's like, why do they do that? We're just trying to open a business on our own. We're doing a lot of the work myself and my brother-in-law, and it's just weird. But we papered the windows, and hopefully the building department, because I don't have the permit yet. So it's like, we're not doing anything we're not supposed to. They can walk in any time and say, yeah, here you go. But we're gonna put tables here. We're getting wainscoting along the bottom here, mural up top, about three tables here, a couple over there. We're going to be painting this area here with bricks up top, grapevines down the posts, and we're going to put flowers all in this little bed here, which is great because it's just like my grandmother's house in Greece that my dad grew up in, and it's going to be wonderful. Bench sitting over here. We ordered two countertops basically for where the POS system is going to sit. It's coming together. We got some used equipment, we got some new equipment. We got a new big oven coming tomorrow. So this next week is going to be a lot of me just cleaning. I want to clean the kitchen, get everything out that needs to be done. It's not too bad. I mean, the tile's okay. This is the old fryer, so I got to get this out of here, clean up everything, take some shelving out, move it around, and kind of get all the equipment in here so we can get painting done for the dining room in the back area. So I think we're still about a month away, but it's feeling more real now, obviously. There's a lot more happening. I got shipments coming in now. We've almost got everything purchased. We're still waiting on 2 freezers I got to locate somehow. And then it's just work, and that's what I told myself. It's whatever the contractor or health department says, it's just work. Money's a big factor too. But for the most part, they're going to come in and they're going to say, hey, you need to, this outlet's not good, you need to replace it. Or, hey, this plumbing's not up to code, you need to replace it. They're going to want to, one thing I got to do is see these Angel systems here. An Angel system's a fire suppression system. So obviously this is all lined up for the old restaurant's equipment. So when I already called the guy, they're going to be a quote to come in, and they're going to test the system, and then they're going to realign all this stuff once I have my equipment in place to what my standards need, or where I need it at. So there's just tiny little things you got to do to get to where you got to go. But overall, it's just work, man. It just takes time, and you got to just keep pressing away at it. And then once you get the construction done, I mean, that's the thing too, is once I get everything done, Great. So, hopefully in a month I'll show you here. Everything's painted, ceiling tiles are up, decor's on the wall, tables and chairs everywhere. The place is clean and spotless. We got but then it's, okay, now what? Now it's, okay, now we got to get food in here. We got to get our recipes down. We got to get practice cooking the food on the new equipment and get the equipment zeroed into how we want it. We got to get the menu on the POS system, and then we also got to get the sign out front, the menus out front. We got to kind of get a practice of our flow. We got to get the dishes in here. this is new for me too. I've never done a restaurant where you serve dishes and glasses. We've always been paper products. So we're going to have a little bit of paper for the goes and stuff like that, but it's mainly dishes and forks and knives. So it's a whole new process that's scary, but I'm excited for. It's my dad and sister laughing because it's that kind of stuff's easy. They're not worried about it. He's done it plenty of times. But for me, it's new. It's different. So I'm like, oh, well, how does this go? How does that go? I'd like to know everything that's going to happen during operation. But yeah, we're right there. So feel free if you have any questions or concerns, reach out to me. And if you want to do something like this, I can help. Yeah, I can help a little bit. I can put you in the right direction because I'm new to it too. I've only done it a couple times. And when I say done, it's tough. You're dealing with different things every time, different spots, different locations. Like there's barely enough room for the water heater. We got to get a new water heater installed. There's a 40-gallon tank. We're gonna put in an 80-gallon tank. I talked to the lady. She's like, well, this is a residential tank. You need a commercial tank. So I got to find a commercial water heater now. So we're still waiting on quotes for that. But no spot's going to be the same. So you can't go in thinking that you know how to do everything because you probably haven't dealt with it all before. I've never dealt with a kitchen that doesn't have a space to go from the back of house to the front of house. I've never dealt with plates and silverware before. I've never dealt with, look at the size of these coolers. They don't fit in that hallway. I'm going to have to tip them over and push them back, all the way back. So there's a lot of new things here that I'm not used to. And it's going to be a learning process, but it's going to be fun. You just got to know that stuff's going to break, stuff's going to happen. You're going to go to the city and turn in permits and say, hey, I need more, or hey, I need this, or hey, at first I thought a hand-drawn floor plan was okay. It wasn't. They want a full one. Okay, that's fine, and it's just, it's a battle to get to where you got to go. But you just got to keep doing it until it's done. And then you can get back to where you feel comfortable in your groove, So like I said, if anybody wants to reach out, contact me here. That's fine. I'm more than willing to help, kind of put people on the right path. Because it's a long path and there's no book. I mean, there's a book for it, but I can't imagine what it would say because it'd be a huge book. There's tons of stuff and tons of codes and tons of laws. So that's it for this week. I think I just want to keep documenting this project here until it's done and, kind of go through that a little bit and go through the operation side of it a little bit and how things are going and then show you food. I can't wait to see the food. It's going to be amazing. But then I want to kind of branch out and go over the whole building because this building's pretty freaking cool and there's a lot of stuff I want to do. So stay tuned.